An ecosystem is a collection of all the living and the non-living things in an area. So if we look at this marine ecosystem here, you can see there's lots of living things. There's a starfish or sea star, there's coral, there's fish. There's also lots of non-living things like rock and water and sand. And so the living things in an ecosystem, they're called the biotic factors. So bio is living, so the biotic factors in an ecosystem are the living parts of an ecosystem, and the non-living parts of an ecosystem are the abiotic factors. So they're the things like, rocks and water. So we've got a picture here of the abiotic factors in an ecosystem. An example of some abiotic factors is sunlight, wind is non-living, rain, well that's just water. Obviously water, again, not living, and the soil is not living, and other things like rocks or the pH are examples of abiotic factors in an ecosystem. Now, of course, all of the biotic factors, all of the living things in an ecosystem are part of that ecosystem. So if we look at all of the living things in an ecosystem, we're actually talking about the community. So a community can involve, the herbivores, so here's a deer here, as well as the carnivores. And so the carnivore's eating the herbivore, but it also includes the producer organisms, the autotrophs, so the trees and the grasses and the shrubs. Of course, it also includes the community of living things, also includes the insects and the flowers, but it also even includes the bacteria in the ecosystem. So you can see that the community in an ecosystem includes all of the living things in that particular area. Now, if we think about ecosystems, there can be marine ecosystems or forest ecosystems or desert ecosystems. So there's these big areas where lots of different organisms interact with their environment. And if we think about the whole planet Earth, well, what we're really thinking about there is something called the biosphere. So bio is living and sphere is a circle. So this glorious rock in space here, which is just filled with life, is the biosphere. So it's the living sphere, that living outside area of Earth. That is the biosphere, and it's all of the ecosystems on Earth is considered to be the biosphere. So that's all about ecosystems. It's the biotic, or the living parts of the ecosystem, interacting with the abiotic, or the non-living parts of the ecosystem or the area.